Welcome back. In this part of our journey through the Master Key system, we are getting to the absolute core of it all. We're talking about the one principle that, well, governs pretty much every single result in your life. You could call it the architecture of reality itself. You know that feeling, right? Where you feel like you're stuck on a hamster wheel, getting the same results over and over again no matter what you seem to try. Maybe it's in your career, your relationships, your health. It's like you're running in place. Well, it turns out there's a very clear reason for that.
And what do we usually do when we're stuck? A lot of us just hope. We wish things were different, we hope for a better outcome. But here's the thing. If we keep repeating the exact same internal patterns, the same thoughts, the same actions, well, you can't expect a different result. Hope on its own is just not a strategy for real change.
So let's pull back the curtain, because underneath the surface of everything happening in our lives, there's a kind of hidden blueprint at work. Charles Haanel calls it an immutable principle, the law of cause and effect. And it isn't magic, not at all. It's pure mechanics.
To put it really simply, your inner world, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mental habits, those are the direct causes. And your outer world, your circumstances, your experiences, those are the effects. Think of it like this. Your mind is the architect, and your life is the building. The blueprint you keep holding in your mind is exactly what's going to get built. Your life is governed by law.
And what's so cool is that modern science completely backs this up. Our brains are literally designed to be efficient. They take our most repeated thoughts and our most repeated actions and turn them into automatic programs or habits just to save energy. Every time you think a certain thought, you're actually strengthening that pathway in your brain, making it that much easier to think it again.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how this all unfolds. It's a chain reaction. It all starts with a single thought, just an idea. That thought then inspires you to take an action. You repeat that action enough times, and bam, it becomes a habit. And that habit, practiced over and over, eventually hardens into the actual conditions of your life. See the flow? Thoughts are causes, and conditions are effects.
So, knowing this chain of events, we're really faced with a choice. There are fundamentally two different ways we can approach building our lives.
And this right here lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have the hope trap. That's when you're focused on the effect, just wishing your life was different. It leaves you feeling pretty powerless, always reacting to things. But then there's the cause method. This puts you right in the driver's seat. You focus on changing things at the source, your own thoughts. You become proactive. You decide to focus on the cause, not the effect. Okay, I know this can still sound a little bit abstract, so let's bring it right down to earth with 3 really clear, everyday examples.
Okay, so at work, if you have a habitual thought that you're just not good enough, that's the cause. You'll probably start avoiding big, challenging projects. And the effect? Your career stalls. Or how about relationships? If your consistent mental attitude is one of criticism, the cause, the effect is almost always going to be conflict and distance. And that classic thought, I'll start tomorrow, that thought is the direct cause of the effect we all know, inaction.
And this lines up perfectly with the power of consistency. Think about it. Trying to make some huge, heroic effort once in a while usually just leads to burnout. It fizzles out. But small, consistent actions done every single day, they build on each other. They compound over time to create massive change. Small, consistent actions create big changes.
So, here's the crucial point. Each small, positive action you take, it's so much more than just an action. It's evidence. You're literally casting a vote for the type of person you are becoming. And over time, all those little votes add up and build a completely new identity. Your habits are votes for your identity.
All right, enough theory. Let's make this totally practical. Here's one simple practice you can start using today to begin renovating that internal blueprint of yours. Okay, it's called the Replace the Cause practice. Super simple. Step 1, identify one reoccurring unwanted result in your life. The effect, be really honest. Step 2, trace it back. What's the nagging thought or the automatic habit that's causing it? And then, step 3, just choose one new constructive thought or small action to consciously put in its place. That's it. Don't try to change your whole world overnight. Just substitute a constructive thought.
If you take only one thing away from our time together today, let it be this. The inner world builds the outer world. Your circumstances aren't random. They're not accidents. They are the logical, inevitable result of what's going on in your mind. If you want to change the building, you have to start by changing the blueprint.
So just remember, your life isn't a game of chance. It's governed by law, the law of cause and effect. And by taking full responsibility for your internal world, your thoughts, your habits, you can become the architect of the results you truly want. So I invite you to join me for the final explainer, episode 12, and of course you can find all the previous parts in our playlist. Change the cause to change the result.